communication. Only the web developers and the website owners can communicate with their audience. It cannot be the other way around. Like, now we in Web 2.0, when you have a Facebook account, you can post. You as a user can post, but that was not possible in Web 1.0. And during this age, Web 1.0, the internet was was completely dominated by businesses and institutions which wanted to advertise their firms in the online arena. So that is how Web 1.0 was. And in Web 2.0, we had a lot of dynamic web pages with a lot of interactive elements. Like, these dynamic web pages were written with advanced programming languages like JavaScript, C++. There were several other coding languages that made Web 2 websites very interactive in this particular age. As a result, you could see a spike in the interactivity and the user participation. And many users started generating content for social networking. Okay, that happened in Web 2.0. So users started participating. Users became producers. And in Web 2.0, again, there was a huge emphasis on two-way communication. Like, when I post a message on my Facebook or on my Twitter or Instagram, and you can reply to it. Okay, there is a two-way communication between producer and consumer. I mean, the one who produces content and the one who uses. So there is a two-way communication. And there was also a shift towards user-centered approach, a community-driven website. Okay, community-driven web. That means the web developers, they would provide you tools. With those tools, you can create content and you can create resources. So that is how Web 2.0 was. And in Web 2.0 age, there were numerous mobile apps introduced, and it can also be known as an age of applications, mobile applications. Now comes Web 3.0. We started realizing we started realizing the use of Web 3.0 only after 2020, but it was experimented long back. Since 2020 onwards, there were a lot of experimentation. Even before that, there were a lot of experimentation with Web 3.0. The idea was, if in Web 1.0 and Web 2.0, we had to learn the language of computers in order to operate it. Say, for example, when you turn on a computer, when you turn off a computer, you need to shut down the window. Shut down. That is a language used by computer. So in order to operate computer, you need to learn the language. Delete. We don't use the word delete in our day-to-day communication, but only those who use computers and smart devices will use the word delete. So there were several vocabularies that entered into human usage from these computers, in Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. But the idea in Web 3.0 is, if computers can speak human language, if computers can understand human language, okay, if computer can process human language, what would be the result? Okay, so that is why it is also known as semantic web. Computers can understand you, computers can learn from you. That is a keyword, machine learning. Computer can learn from you. Say, for example, when you use your mobile phone for texting somebody else, you might use certain words frequently, and you might also use a combination of certain words. So say, for example, how, when you type how, naturally, there will be word prediction at the bottom of your mobile screen. How are you? Okay, you will see the next word that you are going to type at the bottom of your screen. Similarly, when you compose an email message, when you start a sentence, automatically you will see a prediction of how the sentence should be completed. So you just have to type, you just have to press the enter button so that the sentence can be, inserted into your message. So computer learns from you what kind of words you use and what is the context of your composition, and based on that, it predicts and it also tells you what it also helps you by introducing words and sentences to you. And also, suppose you forget to make an attachment to your email, it might even remind you. You have mentioned that you have an attachment in your email, but you have not attached. Did you forget it? It might remind you. So all these are possible only in the semantic web. So in semantic web, in Web 3.0, we have got a lot of advanced technologies like AI and Internet of Things. These two are buzzwords these days. Of course, there are several other key areas like machine learning, big data, data-driven instruction. There are several things. Okay, so I'm going to focus only on AI. But another interesting area is IoT, Internet of Things. You can connect any real-world object with the Internet. Say, for example, you can connect a pen with the Internet. You can connect your watch, or you can connect your own body with the Internet. You have smartwatches. Okay, it can count the number of steps that you walk every day, and it also measures the calorie that you burn every day. Okay, these are all examples of IoT, Internet of Things. And artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, can be used mainly for collecting data and processing it. And artificial intelligence can learn from these data and can generate text or solutions. It can think like human beings. Okay, there is also a danger involved in it, but at the same time, I'm looking at only the positive side. Of course, there are dangers involved. But as teachers, we need to embrace the positive side of AI so that we will know how to control AI. Otherwise, AI would be controlling our profession in the future. We shouldn't let it happen. Okay, so in semantic web, in Web 3.0, there is increased automation, and you also have got increased personalization. It all happens mainly because of machine learning, and there is also emphasis on privacy, security, and trust. These are some of the issues that are happening these days: privacy issues, security issues, and trust issues in internet. Anybody can create a video of somebody else immediately. I can generate a video of a personality, of a VIP, with at least some 5 to 10 of his photographs, and then I can generate a video as if he is talking some controversial ideas. I can generate. That is possible because of AI. So there are several such issues arising with regard to privacy, security, and trust. But I hope our scientists and the humanity will be able to overcome it. And AI in the age of Web 3.0 has got a lot of potentials for new applications and services which were not possible in the previous eras. In Web 1.0 and Web 2.0, that was not possible. So whatever was not possible previously, that you can have in Web 3.0. Now you need to understand AI. I hope you might have already been explained AI in the previous 2 sessions, but still I'd like to highlight a few things. Like AI is a technology. Okay, it is not a human brain. It is just a technology. And that technology enables machines. Machines could be a computer, or it could be your mobile phone, or it could be your smartwatch, or it could be any of the devices that you use. Okay, so the technology controls your machines to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Say, for example, I have a cleaning robot, vacuum cleaning robot. Okay, that is available in the market now. So if your house is dirty, if it is not clean, a human being only can detect. But previously, you need to plug in your vacuum cleaner, and then you need to assemble all the parts and then clean your house. But now AI, with the use of AI can detect that the floor of your house is not clean, and it can automatically turn on the machine and clean your house. So AI is a technology that enables machines to perform tasks like human beings. So the only difference between human beings and machines is thinking. Okay, we think, as a result we learn. Okay, and we solve problems. So all these things can be performed by machines now. And AI has gotten a huge algorithm that collects lot of data from you. You cannot avoid it. When you possess a smart device, it could be a smartphone or it could be a smartwatch, smart pen. There are plenty of smart devices available in the market now. So when you use any of these devices, even if you possess a Gmail account, a lot of data about you is collected from you, and these data are assembled or arranged in such a manner that makes sense to the computer. Based on that, it creates solutions. And now, with the use of AI, you can use AI tools at the various stages of your research. Okay, I'll be concentrating on 6 main areas in research. Generally, a lot of people have problem in identifying a research problem worthy to be, a problem that is researchable. So in the early stage of your research, you've got plenty of AI tools to refine your research ideas, or to generate research question, or to clarify your own ideas. You can ask questions, you can clarify, you can read existing research literature very quickly. So all these things are possible. Now we'll move on to the first category of tools, AI tools for finding research ideas. So a very popular tool, which you must be familiar, I suppose, day before yesterday or yesterday, you might have been introduced to ChatGPT. Okay, most of the teachers, many people use ChatGPT these days for various purposes. I also use it for various purposes, like to generate assessment task, or to modify my own writing, or to refine my ideas. I use ChatGPT. So the kind of response that you get from ChatGPT, the quality of the response depends on the quality of the prompt that you give. What do you ask that you will get? So you need to be very clever in asking questions to ChatGPT. Let me show you a few examples so that you will be able to understand what I'm trying to explain. Let me share my browser. So you need to go to chat.openai.com. Of course, there are several websites available. Many companies use the technology of ChatGPT to develop applications like this. But I use 2 popular ones. One is Bard by Google. The other one is Chat OpenAI. Okay, ChatGPT developed by OpenAI. It basically looks like a chat box. Okay, chat box. You are going to chat with a a computer, a system. So let me say that I'm going to write a research paper on online learning. So I'm going to post a question like this. So I want AI to act like an expert researcher in the use of AI technologies for English language teaching. So you need to be very specific in what you are asking. Okay, so this is a prompt I'm going to give to ChatGPT. Act like an expert researcher in the use of AI technologies for English language teaching. And then I say that I want you to list out emerging topics in recent research. Recently published research. And it can immediately generate content, and it suggests some of the areas that I can explore for ELT, where I can use AI. So it has listed out like adaptive learning system, NLP, chatbot and virtual assistants, gamification and AI, speech recognition and pronunciation improvement. So it has listed out a lot of topics. And let's say after going through all these topics, I find a particular topic very interesting, like the eighth one, integrating AI in assessment. Researchers are exploring the use of AI to automate assessment processes, including formative and summative assessment as well as proficiency testing. Now I want ChatGPT to go further in explaining this particular area. So I'm going to ask, can you explain the eighth point? Okay, that is integrating AI in assessment, and then it starts explaining. You can keep on asking question until you get clarified with that particular topic. And I'm sorry. Okay, so it has listed out 5 ideas in integrating AI in assessment. And maybe let's say I'm interested in AI in formative assessment. So I have to read out and I have to ask further question, follow-up questions. Based on your follow-up question, you will get lot of information. And then finally, let's say I've arrived at a topic that I'm going to research. So I can give the topic and ask for some ideas, like I'm going to carry out a research study So this is the question prompt I'm giving to ChatGPT. I'm going to carry out a research study on the use of ChatGPT for generating multiple choice questions for reading comprehension. Can you provide me with some research question? Of course, this research idea is very simple. I've just posted something for the time being. And then it gives me some research ideas for the topic that I've given, like effectiveness of ChatGPT generated questions. Okay, and there is also a research question for each topic. How do multiple choice questions generated by ChatGPT compare in terms of quality and effectiveness to questions created by human experts for assessing reading comprehension? So I've got around 12 various subtopics, and along with the research question. And I can even go further. Like the first question is very interesting. How to now I'm thinking about the research method. What research method can I adapt for the study on the first topic? or I can even restate the topic. Okay, now I've asked ChatGPT to give me the idea for the research design. You need to decide. This is not plagiarism actually. No, you have to think and process the information that ChatGPT is giving you. Sometimes there may also be misinformation, mistakes. As you see on the screen at the bottom, you also have a sentence like ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information. So you need to be smarter than ChatGPT by going through all information and plan. Like it has given me a research design now, pre-test, post-test experimental design. And then it also tells me what kind of participants I need to recruit for my research and how should I select them. Should I follow a random sampling or not? And then what kind of pre-test I should have and the kind of intervention. Okay, and then it also has suggested qualitative data. So, and it also has given me ideas for analysis of data and ethical consideration, how I should report my findings. So this way, you can keep on asking follow-up questions to refine your research ideas, and then you can start writing a research paper. But remember, you cannot copy paste as it is generated by AI. No, you may not have a coherent text. You can use ChatGPT to refine your ideas and to refine your what you have written, but you must you must generate your own original ideas with the assistance of ChatGPT. Otherwise, you may not be able to produce a quality research paper. So that you need to keep in mind. And the next tool that I'm going to talk about is similar to ChatGPT. That is bard.google.com. This is also similar to ChatGPT. If you go to this website, the same usage will be available in this website also. The only difference is bard.google.com is by Google. And I also assume that Bard is a little more updated than ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT depends on the database collected and created in 2021, whereas Bard is a little advanced or updated. So you may be able to get more ideas in using Bard, but the usage is similar. And the next one is perplexity.ai. In Perplexity depends on research database. Okay, database of research papers. So you can ask questions, and the response that is generated by the website will be backed up with research evidence from research. Let me show you how it works. Perplexity.ai. Okay. So again, the site is very simple. All the AI tools will be very simple. They are meant for one usage. Like if you have Google Classroom, you will have lot of features available there. Like there will be a thread of messages to be posted. You can create assignment. Whereas in AI, one tool is meant for one usage. I mean, the AI tools will be very simple. So you don't have to be taught how to use that particular tool. That will be that very simple. And in perplexity.com, you can ask questions. Maybe I would continue with a question that I asked ChatGPT previously. Like, how do multiple choice questions generated by ChatGPT? Okay, so I've just posted this question. So if you look at the screen, the answer that is generated by a Perplexity, it is even cited. Okay, it is cited with the research papers. So it has got it has got sources. No, at the top you've got sources. It is cited with backed up with research papers, videos from YouTube, and several other websites. So you get sources for your study. So I started with ChatGPT to refine my research idea and to come up with a research question. Now I asked Perplexity, so I get ideas from the research database, cited with the research papers. So I am asking another question. Can you provide a list of relevant research papers? So it lists out some of the papers or blog posts that are relevant to the research question that I asked. So this way you can find papers for your review of literature in perplexity.com. So the only difference between ChatGPT and Perplexity is ChatGPT does not cite any research papers. It does not provide citation, whereas Perplexity provides answers based on the existing research literature. Okay, now we'll move on to the next tool. So the next tool is consensus.app. Again, similar to perplexity.ai. So when you ask a research question, it will give you response with proper citation. Okay, proper citation. I would urge you to use all these kinds of resources. Don't just depend on one site or one tool. Try to use all these sites because the kind of response that is generated by these websites might vary. So you might come across or you might discover new resources for your research study when you use different websites. So along with Perplexity, you can also try consensus.app. Similar to Perplexity, when you post a question, it will give you a response with appropriate citations. And now I move on to the next stage. So once you have refined your research idea and prepared a research question, and now you need to collect resources for your research study. So where do I collect? The first tool is semanticscholars.org. Okay, semanticscholar.org. Again, it's a very simple website which looks similar to Google Scholar, but in Semantic Scholar, again, that is powered by powered with the AI. So when you search for a research paper, it explores the entire database using the keywords that you have provided, and it provides you a list of relevant research papers. I'll just show you how it works. Scholar.org. Okay, so this is the website in Semantic Scholar. The difference between Google Scholar and Semantic Scholar is, in Google Scholar, along with the results, when you search for something, you will get a list of results, list of papers, and there will be a what is that, summary, an abstract provided by the authors of those particular paper. That abstract will appear. Whereas in Semantic Scholar, when you search for some topic, you will find the papers along with a summary generated by AI. Let me ask the same question. Here you need not actually, you should not even should not post questions, because you are searching for what is that, research papers. So you need to provide keywords. So I'll just post multiple choice questions generated by ChatGPT, or quality of multiple choice questions generated by ChatGPT. Okay. So I get a list of research papers. The first one is very relevant to the study that I'm planning to do now. ChatGPT versus human in questions, a multinational perspective study. It's a study that was conducted in Hong Kong, Singapore, Ireland, and the UK. And the study was published on 29 August 2023. Okay, though the paper belongs to the medical field, I feel that is something relevant to your research study, and the PDF is also available here. Okay, the paper was published in August 2023, just 2 months ago, and the PDF is available here. So you can open the PDF and read it and include it in your review of literature. Okay. And there is also a small summary below every result, and that summary was generated by AI. And there is also an abstract with the keywords highlighted in the abstract. No, so Semantic Scholar is better than Google Scholar, I would say, because it is backed up with AI. The next tool is researchrabbit.ai, something similar to Semantic Scholar, where you can search for existing literature on your research study, and you can also create alerts. So whenever new research works are published or added to the database of Research Rabbit, you will be immediately notified. So Research Rabbit can also be used for finding relevant research for your proposed research. And then Connected Papers. This is an interesting website where you can see connection between papers. Layout of paper. Let me show you the website. Will be available visually. You will see how a paper is connected to other papers. In connectedpapers.com, you need to provide the exact title of a research paper, or the DOI, Digital Object Identifier, or the keywords. So I'm going to give the title of this paper, exact title of this paper, so that I can find out how this paper is connected with other papers in the literature. Okay. So after searching for the paper appears here. I'm going to build a graph here. I suppose you are able to see it. So the paper I searched for is available here. And it is connected with other papers published in 2023. Most of the papers that are cited by this paper are other papers that cite this paper were published in 2023. And there are only around 4 papers that were previously published. Okay, so this way you can find out other papers that are related to the paper that I am reading. See, on the left-hand side, you can see a list of all the papers that are related to the paper that I'm reading at the moment. And on the right hand side, you will be able to see the summary of each of those papers. Okay, this way you can see the connection between papers, and you can find the relevant literature, more research papers for your study. The next tool is Cite.ai, SCIT, Cite.ai. And here again, similar to Semantic Scholar and Research Rabbit, you will be able to find a lot of research papers. Okay, it is also available as a Chrome extension, Google Chrome extension. So if you just install it, you will be able to search for research papers from your browser onwards. And it has got a free version, and at the same time, you also have a paid version. You cannot use it for free forever, Cite.ai. Okay, that is the only problem in this particular website. But of course, you have got other tools to collect materials for your research paper. Now I have collected a sufficient number of research papers for my research, and I need to read and review and prepare a review of literature for my paper, a coherently written review of literature for my research paper. So how do I do that? So there are several websites. Number one, elicit.org. Again, it's a very interesting website which I frequently use. Elicit.org. I'll show you how it works. Just give me a minute. So you need to post your question or keyword here to find the research paper, or you can upload a PDF file to extract data from the PDF file, or you can even find out a list of topics. Okay, say for example, on the top of this, what is it, dialog text box, you have 3 tabs: find the papers, extract the data from PDF, list of concepts. So if you list out a list of top concepts that you are trying to find in research papers, then you will find all relevant research literature. Let me post a research question here, a question that I previously generated using ChatGPT. Okay, how do multiple choice questions generated by ChatGPT? This question I've just posted here. Okay, and then it lists out all relevant research papers. Okay, relevant research papers based on the accuracy or based on the percentage of relevance. It arranges the research papers, and there is also a summary of each of these papers. And then at the top, you see the summary of top 4 papers that appear here. If you look at this summary, it summarizes all the top 4 papers along with citation. Okay, and you can copy it, and you can edit, you can fine tune it, you can further elaborate or develop your research paper based on this summary. And you will also be able to download this this result. You have to select the paper that you want to download. I mean the citations, downloading the citations. So select all these papers, and on the right hand side you see CSV. You can download it as an Excel sheet where you will have the titles of all the papers in one column, the names of the researchers in the second column. So you will have an Excel sheet downloaded into your computer. So elicit.org can help you to create a review of literature for your study. It does not create on its own. You need to provide relevant question. You need to choose relevant research papers, and then it generates a sample text. You need to edit and develop build on it. That's more important. Okay, and then the next one is scholarcy.com. In scholarcy.com, you can upload a PDF file of a research paper and get it summarized. Okay, you can get the summary of research papers under various sections. Say, for example, I'm going to upload a research paper, and then in the summary, I will see the key concepts discussed in the paper, and there will be a summary of the paper, synopsis, and there will also be, summary of the introduction, methodology, findings, results, analysis, and the discussion. Each of these sections will be summarized in bulleted format, so that you can quickly go through the entire paper. Okay, so that way it helps you to read a research paper quickly, and it also highlights some of the ideas. The website, the Scholarcy website itself highlights certain ideas which you need to note, which it considers important points in the particular research paper. So Scholarcy can be helpful for reading a research paper. And then paperdigest.org. Again, here also you can summarize a research paper, or you can write a review of literature. Okay, Paper Digest. You have to upload a research paper, or you post a research question, and then based on that, it creates a sample review of literature which you can further develop. Paperdigest.org, a similar website to Scholarcy. And then explainpaper.com. This is another interesting website where you have to upload a PDF file of a research paper and then select some of the sentences that you don't understand in the particular research paper. This website will explain those lines. Okay. Let's say there is a concept that is discussed in a particular sentence which you don't understand. Then just select that line, and then on the right hand side you will see the explanation for that particular sentence. After reading the entire paper, the website produces an explanation for the particular sentence. So that way you will be able to understand a research paper. So the explained paper will be very helpful for reading a research paper. And then chatpdf.com. Chatpdf.com is also very interesting. Like, you upload a research paper, ask a question. Let's say I found a research paper written for about 25 pages, but I've got very limited time. I want to find out a particular information, so I'm unable to go through the entire paper and find it out. In that case, I can just upload it to this website, ask the question for which I require the answer. Like today also I used this particular website. I was writing a research paper on feedback. So I came across a research paper. My research scholar and I were writing the review of literature. So I came across a research paper where a meta-analysis of all feedback study was done. And then I had a question whether there was any particular study on English language teaching, specifically on grammar and vocabulary instruction. So I just uploaded the research paper here and I asked the question, can you find out any research paper mentioned in this particular study on feedback with regard to vocabulary and grammar? And then I found out that there is no such mention in the research paper. The paper was very lengthy and I did not spend much time in finding it out. No, I was able to quickly find it out using this particular website. So that way you can decide how much energy and time you need to put into reading papers. And then the next one, once you draft your papers, when you prepare your paper, you may write 3 or 4 or 10 drafts. You might keep on revising your paper until you are satisfied. So in revising your paper also, AI tools can help you. The first one is speechtexter.com. This will be very helpful when you have ideas. When you start, some of us are lazy. Even I'm very lazy in writing my ideas on paper. So what I think is, I can directly type it so that it will be saved. But while I'm typing, I might forget the ideas. So for that, this particular website will be very helpful. There are several such websites where you speak and it automatically types. I can even show you speechtexter.com. Speechtexter.com. Okay, the website is very simple, where there is a text box, and at the bottom you have a mic symbol. You need to turn on the mic and allow the browser to use your mic, and then it automatically types whatever you say. So if you are lazy to write your research ideas, full stop. Okay, it also recognizes what is that? The punctuation and capitalization, all those things. So you just speak your ideas and then it can automatically type. So speech texter is a tool that can be used for typing your research papers. Or I would say, to convert your thoughts into writing, you can initially use speechtexter.com. There are several such websites available. Even in Google document also, there is a voice typing option available. So you can use any of these tools. Next tool is Hemingway app. Again, I find it very interesting. It's also a very simple website. If you go to this website, hemingwayapp.com, you can either copy paste your writing or you can directly type in the website. And on the right hand side, it tells you the readability level. Okay, the readability level. Is it what is the level of what is the readability level of your writing? Can it be understood by people? It would be better if you could achieve grade 9. Okay, grade 9 is what is recommended by this website. They say that the grade 9 is the level of Ernest Hemingway's writing. That is why this website is named as Hemingway app. But sometimes I see some of my writing as writing in grade 12 or 13. That is fine, because when you write your research paper, your sentences would be so complex. It might tell you to reduce the number of adverbs, adjectives. That is quite common, but you need not worry about it. But to find out the level of your readability level of your research paper, you can use this website, hemingwayapp.com. And then the next one is writeful.com. Many of us have problem in writing our research paper in academic English. Now we write as if we speak, but that is not how you need to write your research paper. You need to use academic English. So that is where we find a lot of problems. So once you draft your paper, or once you complete your research paper, once you revise it, you can use writeful.com. You can paste your paper, or you can install an add-on to your MS Office Word. Okay, something similar to Grammarly. There will be an add-on installed to your MS Office Word, Microsoft Office Word document. And if you turn it on, it will suggest corrections like this word is not formal, it is not academic. You can modify you can modify your language like that. It can give you a lot of suggestions for revising your research, revising your language, paraphrasing or copy editing. That can be done with the help of this particular paper. So it will be very helpful in proofreading and fine-tuning your research paper. And then, of course, Grammarly, which most of you must be familiar. Grammarly can be used for proofreading your research paper. I'm not going to explain much about Grammarly because these days almost all of us are using Grammarly for various purposes. And then paperpal.com. This is again a very interesting website. once your paper is complete, in this particular website, you can go and upload your research paper. You need to create an account, which is free of cost. In free version, create an account and upload your research paper. And then this website goes through your entire paper and tells you what percentage, what is the percentage for your paper to be accepted in a research journal, or what is the rejection percentage. What is the possibility of acceptance, or what is the possibility of getting rejected? It gives you the percentage, and it also gives you a list of reasons for which your paper can be rejected or accepted. It lists out the merits in your paper and demerits in your paper, and along with the demerits, it also gives you suggestions like how you can improve your research paper further. So this website is very useful and interesting. I use it very often for my research papers. So paperpal.com, you can definitely try this website. And there's a particular feature called AI Writing Assistant in this website. Okay, I want you to try that one. That is where you upload your paper and it suggests you corrections. And then the next two set of tools are AI tools for citing resources in your research paper. Which many of us find difficult, to follow research methodology or to follow a specific style sheet, either APA or MLA or Chicago. There are various style sheets followed by different journals. We find it very difficult. I use Mendeley to cite my research papers. It is also available as a website and as a software. You can maintain a library of all the materials that you have in your computer in this website. You can arrange them in different folders. And then in MS Office Word also, you can install an add-on, Mendeley add-on, using which you can cite your resources easily. And it automatically prepares a bibliography or a reference, a list of references that reduces. Okay, and similar to Mendeley, also have one more tool called Zotero. Many people are also using Zotero, but I prefer Mendeley because I've been using it for a long time. But I also heard from a few people that Zotero has got Zotero is compared to Mendeley. Zotero is easy to use. I heard from people, but I've not tried it. But it is worth trying. You can try either Zotero or Mendeley.
And doctor, you got disconnected.
Yes, sir. He will connect soon.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So I was talking about Mendeley and Zotero for citing your for preparing citations in your research paper. And now we move on to the last set of tools for detecting plagiarism and AI content. Okay, so when you use ChatGPT, a lot of people say, "Is it not part of plagiarism?" We need to have a clearer understanding of plagiarism. Plagiarism means using somebody else's ideas in your research paper without acknowledging the contribution of the other person. Whereas when you use ChatGPT, you give your idea to get it refined and you give a proper shape using ChatGPT or AI-infused technologies. So you need to understand the difference between using AI for writing your research paper.
Sorry
and
for the
plagiarism.
interruption. Excuse me, Dr. Pradeep. Your screen is not seen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it visible now?
Not yet.
Let me share again. Is it visible?
Not yet.
What about now?
No, sir, not it.
Okay. Okay, never mind. There are only two tools. I'll be able to spell it out so you can use it. Maybe I can also post it in the chat box. So the last part of my presentation is about using AI tools to detect plagiarism in your own writing paper and also AI content. Now we have another concept, like when you prepare your research paper using AI tools, often we might copy paste passages generated by AI. Again, there is a danger. Don't do it. No, don't copy paste as it is in verbatim.
Yes. So minus and positive will be
minus 12 minus 12.
So you need to edit and modify the AI generated passages. Otherwise, that becomes AI content. Now we have a lot of plagiarism detecting tools that can also detect AI generated content. So you need to edit the text that you generate using AI tools. That you need to remember. Okay. In order to find out the AI generated content in your research paper, you can use the tool called GPT0.me. Okay, GPT0. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not able to post message to everybody. GPT0.me. Okay. So this is a website where you can copy paste your research paper to find out if the percentage of AI generated content. To some extent, maybe around 10 to 15% of AI generated content could be accepted in your research paper. Not more than that. We even accept some percentage of certain percentage of plagiarism, I mean similarity in your research paper. So in the same way, you can use all AI powered tools to write your research paper.
got disconnected.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear anything.
Yes, sir. I think that he has a poor connection. He will join back.
Okay, madam.
Suryakala.
I hope I'm audible now.
Yeah, you are audible. Suryakala, please make him the co-host.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you are audible, Pradeep.
Okay. I was kept on logged out of Zoom in my desktop, so I have
Okay.
joined from my mobile as well.
Okay. You can continue now.
Okay, ma'am. So I was talking about plagiarism. So GPT-0, if you use GPT-0.me, you will be able to find out the percentage of AI generated content in your research paper. And similar to that, you have one more website called qtext.com. Suppose you find AI generated content in your research paper, you need to rephrase it. No, for that, this particular tool can help you. qtext.com, which can help you revise your research paper from AI generated content into human written language. No, when you generate text using AI, there is a specific algorithm that gets reflected in the content also, like the combination of words, the kind of sentence structures that can indicate that that particular passage was written by AI, not by human being. But this particular website, QText, the irony is QText is also powered by AI, but it can modify AI generated content into human like written passage. So you can use this tool to modify some of your passages. And then one more tool called duplichecker.com. Dupli, D-U-P-L-I, Duplichecker, C-H-E-C-K-E-R. Duplichecker.com to find the percentage of plagiarism in your research paper. Okay, so using these tools, you can find the similarity, a percentage of similarity in your research paper and a percentage of AI generated content in your research paper and modify it accordingly. So using these tools, so let me summarize whatever I've explained so far. I started with how you can use AI to refine your research idea. I showed you an example of ChatGPT, and I also listed out a few tools with which you can refine your research idea and come up with a researchable problem for your research paper. And then I moved on to various AI-backed tools to download research papers relevant to your research study, like Semantic Scholar, Research Rabbit, SkyHub. There is also one more website called Research Buddy. Okay, researchbuddy.com, I suppose. That is also very interesting. If you give a research question, it prepares a long review of literature. Get a long review of literature, and then you can edit, modify it to include it in your research paper. And one problem that I came across when I used AI to generate review of literature was sometimes it invents research papers on its own. There were no such research papers, but it invented. So there is also such problem. You need to be very careful. So whenever you generate some text using AI, I would urge you to go through, modify, revise, and verify each and every information that is provided there. Don't use the text as it is. That is the advice I would give you. So I explained about generating review of literature and then how to read research papers using AI tools like a chat PDF, Scholarly, and connected papers. And then I explained how you can cite using AI-backed tools like Mendeley and Zotero. And finally, I explained how you can detect plagiarism and AI-generated content in your own research paper. So using these tools, you can very easily or quickly, you can write your research paper. This can help you in writing part. But carrying out a research or coming up with a novel research idea is your responsibility. So with these words, I'd like to conclude my presentation. Thank you, everyone. If you have any question, I'd be pleased to answer your question.
There is one question in the chat box. Won't it come under plagiarism?
Yeah, that's what I
For which you
explained
have
now.
told. Yeah.
I have explained that particular idea. I can also put it in another way, like, what is plagiarism? Using an existing idea or existing sentences or paragraphs as it is. But when you use AI to generate content, it generates on its own. It produces original text. Okay, it doesn't copy paste from any website and provides you. It analyzes or it explores all the websites in the world and it produces text on its own. So AI generated content is completely original, but that was written by machines. That is why I said don't use them as it is. Don't use them as they are. You need to revise, modify, edit, and verify all the citations. That is more important. So that is where your role comes in. You cannot avoid using AI tool. Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. I thought you completed your conversation. Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. Actually, I just joined in the middle. Would you mind if you can share all these websites which you mentioned here in the chat box or somewhere, so that can be, utilized later on.
Sure.
I attended the lecture. Yes, it's really very useful conversation. So I don't want to miss the part which I actually missed already. So the resources you mentioned will be very helpful for everyone because I cannot see the screen here. I think there might be some presentation, but I cannot screen on my mobile phone. So that's my humble request, actually.
I'm also using my mobile now to connect with through Zoom. So what I would do is I can send the list of tools that I mentioned to the organizers. Maybe they can send it by email or by WhatsApp, whichever is convenient to them. They'll be able to send it later on. I think
Yes.
that will be.
Yes. I think it will be great idea if the presentations that all the presenter they are presenting should be displayed somewhere in some kind of resources or. I know I've attended some conferences where what the organization to do they collected all the presentations or the one who are willing to share with the organizer and then they display on their website or they share with the participants like that. I mean, whatever is the feasibility, I'll be happy to have that.
We'll try to do that, sir. One more question, Dr. Xavier.
Yes,
thank you for the information and insightful talk, Dr. Xavier. If we upload our works for review, is there a possibility of our work idea being misused by a different person in a different platform?
There is no such possibility. Like, of course, AI learns from you. When you search for ideas, when you ask a follow-up question, AI learns from you that this could, say, for example, initially I asked AI for different topics related to online learning in English language teaching. And then it listed out, and then AI in assessment, I focused on that particular area. So ChatGPT understands that this is a vital research area, an important research area. AI can understand it. Okay, it can also note it down. So that it can do, but it cannot copy your ideas and give it to somebody else. That cannot happen. Maybe if another person asks similar question, AI would produce similar text, but not the text as it was presented to you. It does not produce the same text. Even if you ask the same question at different times in ChatGPT, you will get different responses. So that does not happen.
Dr. Xavier, it was an excellent presentation. Thank you very much. I have some concerns and I have recorded in the chat box. Could you please address those concerns, especially the last one?
Sir, shall I read it for you?
I'm reading it out, ma'am. No problem. So why should we struggle to go through all the listed AI when ChatGPT generative AI can write an entire research paper and a PhD thesis within a minute? It cannot. That is what I want you to remember. ChatGPT or generative AI, at the moment, it cannot write an entire research paper or a PhD thesis in a minute. That is not possible at the moment because ChatGPT or generative AI functions on the prompt that we give. So how do we generate a prompt? You need to use your thinking capacity to develop questions or prompts to ask relevant questions to ChatGPT. So again, ChatGPT depends on our thinking skills at the moment. That is within quote. I do not know what will happen in the future, but at the moment, it cannot write an entire research paper. That is not possible at all. And even if it writes, there are human editors in journals, human examiners in PhD examination panels. They'll be able to easily find out whether that paper or dissertation is worthy to be awarded or published. That cannot happen. So we need not be worried about it at the moment. You can use part of AI generated content and modify, revise, and develop your ideas. So even during my presentation, that is what I was highlighting. And the next question, if a researcher uses AI to generate a full-length research paper, can plagiarism software detect that it is AI generated? We cannot generate a full-length research paper using AI at the moment. Even if we generate, plagiarism softwares at the moment cannot detect. But the reason was there was no such concept as AI generated content just 2-3 years ago. Now all plagiarism detecting software are similarity checking software. They can just compare your paper with the existing research papers to find out how much percentage of similarity is there between yours and others research papers. But this concept is completely new, like AI generated content. So all big companies like Turnitin or other plagiarism detecting software, they are working on extensions or tools to detect AI generated content. There are some tools available, but no, more robust tools are yet to come. So at the moment, they cannot detect AI generated content completely. Don't you think over time that research will become more of a mechanical process rather than one based on natural human intelligence and curiosity? It need not be hypothetical questions, sir. At the moment, research is a mechanical process for many of us. Unless you have passion for research, research becomes mechanical for you. So the passion must drive. When PhD or publishing research papers becomes mandatory, that becomes a mechanical process. So it is not the problem with technology, it is a problem with human beings or agencies or governments which make PhD as mandatory. When you want an elephant to jump and climb a tree, what will an elephant do? An elephant will get a certificate from some agency that they have jumped and climbed the tree. So that is what is happening. When no, all of us are not made for writing research papers or carrying out research. Only some teachers can do. And some teachers can perform very well in the classroom, and some teachers can write a textbook. So we need to judge teachers or researchers based on their ability. So we should not compel teachers to write or compel all the teachers to write research papers. So that is where the problem lies. It is not the problem with the technology. That is what I believe. I hope I've answered your question, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Xavier. It was very clear and crystal clear, and it was excellent. Some clarity has come. But the last question is really, a question of concern.
Yes, sir.
And the quality of PhD thesis that are coming nowadays.
Yes, sir.
So it's a real concern. Very good. Thank you very much.
The last question. Are there any more AI-powered tools to find the percentage of plagiarism in a research paper?
There are several tools, but I don't depend on AI tools to check plagiarism. I depend on Turnitin, which is available in the college library. So I have not tried many tools. That's why. So I'm not able to give you any tools at the moment. But there are plenty of such tools.
Over to Dr. Suryakala for a formal vote of thanks. Thank you very much, Dr. Pradeep. It was a wonderful session.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Xavier Pradeep Singh, for the illuminating session on AI-infused technologies for research. Sir, what you shared with us was a real eye-opener. I think it has in some way or the other made us understand that the dimensions of research that we are doing have changed a lot. You have shown us a plethora of AI-driven technologies that can be used by researchers. We are thankful to you for helping us to structure the themes of this FTP. So we consulted you regarding this and also for giving us a number of key takeaways today. Thank you very much, sir. I also thank the energetic participants who have joined us online for this session. As in the previous days, please do not forget to fill the feedback form which is given in the chat box. Goodbye, and we will meet again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.